Today we are doing POV wildlife photography, and the camera that I have with me is the Canon 250D. The lens that I have here is the Sigma 150 to 600mm lens, and we don't like to come out without a challenge, so obviously it's raining. This is going to make it pretty difficult to get photos with a long lens that needs lots of light. Not only that, it's also freezing, my hands are already cold, and I've only been out 10 minutes. So we're going to walk around, see what wildlife we get, and I'm determined that today we're going to come back with that fantastic wildlife photo. That photo you go back and you show your friends, you show your family, you're like, look what I've taken. Ooh, what a photo. So, stick around if you want to see that. And all the way over there, there's a tree. You might be able to make it out. It might be in the mist. In that tree, I believe a red kite just flew. So I'm going to head over in that direction and hopefully get a picture. Now it's going to be difficult because against this white overcast sky, all the pictures are just going to look silhouetted. Either way, I have to get a shot at this red kite. Now last summer, I managed to get so many awesome red kite photos on my Chiltern Hill road trip adventure. If you haven't seen that yet, go back, it's worth a watch. But in the winter, there's an atmosphere that's created with a red kite. I've got a picture of a red kite in the mist, and it's such an awesome photo. So hopefully we can recreate that wintry red kite photo. To get to the red kite, I only have this narrow path to work with, meaning I don't have much choice on angles. I just have to go for the one I've got. I also can't see the red kite anymore, but I know he flew to the middle of the tree, so when I get closer, hopefully I'll spot him. I'm gonna try and be really quiet, which is difficult for me, but I'm gonna try and be really quiet so that I don't disturb him. There's an Egyptian goose in this field. Let's get a picture of him. Oh, there's loads of them in fact, they're flying off. No. Time is not on my side. No, I was not ready. My camera was off. There goes the red kite. Come on, camera, focus. I'm not used to using this camera anymore, blimey. The fog is ruining it. Gosh, it's crazy, it can't focus on the bird because he's half in the fog, so it doesn't know where that clear line of focus is. I don't believe I've missed that. I'm so annoyed. Right, it's coming back round. Might have to manual focus this. Let's try and find something else. This road is normally really busy. In fact, it's so busy and the path is so small. It's the part of the walk I don't really enjoy. However, they've closed the road, so currently I can just walk in this road wherever I want, which feels really liberating after having to squish on the path as cars whiz by for so many years. Now, it's the middle of winter. It's the 13th of December. We're halfway to Christmas, which is pretty exciting. And in the winter, our heads can get pretty cold. However, mine is not cold in the slightest because of this beanie. Now, this is a handcrafted beanie, which I made myself while outdoors for the outdoors. These beanies are going to be available for you guys to buy if you would like to buy a handmade rustic beanie that is super warm. They'll be in my Etsy shop, the link will be in the description, and you can go over to my Instagram where you'll get updates on all of the latest products in my shop, and you can see all the things I get up to in my life, all the adventures that don't make a whole YouTube video are on my Instagram. That's tobywood.yt. Ooh, what a photo. Okay, we got a good photo of a blue tit. There are more blue tits. I've got one in this bush just in front of me. He's not far away at all, maybe 15 meters. So I'm slowly gonna zoom out, bring my camera up, doing it all very slowly. I don't want to make any bird jump. He's just moved behind a branch, so I'm gonna wait for him to come out into the open. There we go. Now I'm just bursting a ton of photos because the lighting is so terrible. These bushes behind me, there's hardly any light. And because of that, I've got my shutter speed at 250. Now when using a 600mm lens, I should be using a shutter speed of at least 600. But I've got 250 because of the light. I have to bring it down or there's going to be no chance of getting a photo which isn't just full of grain. That being said, my ISO is still up at 3200 and my aperture is as low as it can possibly go, which is 6.3 at 600mm, and so we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel to try and get a decently exposed image. Equally, by bursting a bunch of photos, fingers crossed one of them will be in focus. The grips on these boots are the biggest grips I've ever had, and yet I'm still slipping and sliding around. It's so muddy. There is a robin right there. He's just jumped out from the bush right in front of me, like. Okay, he's flown on some holly. That would be different. Very low down in the holly though. Oh. It's very dark. He was right at the bottom of a holly bush. Very dark photos. I'm really pushing this camera to its limits today. I have a Kestrel. Come on, camera, focus, please. It's got something. It's caught some prey. Let's get a better angle. There we go. That's the angle. Please stay. I have a dunnock singing on a branch just in front of me. Trying to catch him with his mouth open is difficult. I'm also just slowly taking a few steps forward between each set of photos. It's actually on a really cool branch now. There's some drips hanging from below the branch that he's on. As soon as I go around this bend, I know there's a red kite sitting up on the tree. I spotted it from a while back, but I know that it'll see me and probably fly away instantly. So I've got my camera set up, ready. I've got my shutter speed on 320. I've upped it a little bit so that hopefully we'll get some sharp photos, even if we can only get a few off. My aperture's at 5 and my ISO is on auto because the camera's gonna have to adjust against the bright sky. I'm going to extend the lens and hopefully get some photos. Let's see. And there we have it, wildlife photography with the Canon 250D this morning. It started off pretty dire, but got significantly better towards the end. In fact, the blue tip photos, the dunnock photo, the Kestrel, and the red kite, it got crazy towards the end. It was fantastic. So yeah, that was a roller coaster. I hope you enjoyed. Please check out the links in the description. And if you fancy getting yourself one of these fantastic, cozy, handmade in Britain beanies, then head over to my shop. They will be available soon. All updates will be on my Instagram, tobywood.yt. Go check it out there if you haven't already. There's awesome extra content for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Pop any questions you have down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.